Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel for an exclusive look at the 2025 Taiwan Original Board Game Expo, TOBE. In this video, I'll be sharing my game guide for the upcoming 2025 Spiel Essen, primarily focusing on exciting games from Asia. Today I'll be sharing some board games and card games off the beaten path that I think you might enjoy. I've covered a lot of these games in detail over on Board Game Geek, so if you want to dive deeper, be sure to check them out in their corresponding forum pages. If you're on the lookout for some fun, family-oriented games, stick around. I mainly cover these types of games on my channel. To kick things off, let's start out with the Taiwan Original Board Game Expo, followed by my game guide. Let's go! The Taiwan Original Board Game Expo TOBE is a 3-day annual event, and the largest board game expo in Taiwan, held in Taipei City each September. This year's expo took place from September 26 to 28, 2025, featuring over 80 publishers and vendors from all over Asia and beyond. I had the pleasure of meeting many of the publishers present to get a sneak peek at all the exciting offerings. So without further ado, let's dive in. Let us journey together to explore game publishers from different countries, one at a time, starting with Taiwan. Let's start out with Taiwan Board Game Design. They've got 2 new games and they are Garden. This is an abstract strategy game and the new edition of the previous game, Min Leaf, that was initially released in 2010 from Hopwood Games. Their second new title is Happy Birthday. This is a party and music game that's all about rhythms and beats. Next up, we got one new game from Poke Design that's also co-published with Taiwan Board Game Design. It's called Slime Artist. This is a party and dexterity game with real-time mechanics, where players need to create the best work of art using clay. This is a very unique and innovative game that kind of feels like Pictomania and Dixit, but with clay. Next up is Hey Bye Gaming, and they've got one new game, Pond. This is an abstract strategy game. This game is a real blast and the overall packaging is gorgeous. Next up is Ice Rain Games, and they've got 2 new games. Butterfly Kingdom. This is an abstract strategy card game featuring hand management, melding and splaying, take that and set collection mechanics. Check it out if you enjoy Mahjong and Rummy. The second new title is Kuroshio. This is an abstract strategy and transportation game with tile placement and connections. Next up is Emperor S4, and they've got 3 new games. First of all is Walking in Osaka. This is a strategy board game featuring open drafting, pattern building, point-to-point movement, and tile placement mechanics. Don't miss this one, it's great. Next up is Tori. This is an abstract strategy game with action points and chaining mechanics. This new edition comes in a slightly smaller box. It was one of my favorites from last year. Next up, we have What Do You Want to Eat? Also known as Guessing Foodies in Taiwan, is a card game featuring deduction and real-time mechanics. It's a cute and enjoyable casual game. Please note that for Spiel Essen, Taiwan Board Game Design will handle the distribution of all of the games mentioned earlier. You can pre-order all of these games and older titles from various Taiwanese publishers on Taiwan Board Game Design's official website. Link below. Next up is Good Game Studio, and they've got 3 new games. Let's start out with Genius Idea. This is a party and deduction game featuring communication limits and push your luck mechanics. This game exceeded my expectations. Check it out if you enjoy Dixit and Mysterium. Next up, we have Furry Poker. This is a card game featuring hand management and score and reset mechanics. It's an interesting filler game that caters well to casual gamers. Next up, we have Dutch Flower Auction. This is a family card game featuring a Dutch auction, constrained bidding, hand management, and set collection mechanics. It's a neat little filler game that utilizes the Dutch auction mechanic well. If it featured hand-drawn art instead of the AI-generated art, it would have been an easy recommendation. Good Game Studio are bringing some of their older titles to Spiel Essen, including Mini Dinosaur, Train and Railway, Vegetable Stock, Taiwan Night Market, and other titles as well. Check out their pre-order form down below. Next up is JJ Board Game, and they've got 3 new games. First up is Dinner's on You. This is a party game with card play conflict resolution mechanics. It's a wonderful party game that I have really enjoyed. Very mathy too. Next up is Just 3 Folds. This is a puzzle dexterity and abstract game featuring racing mechanics. If you're a fan of the unique and innovative, and you enjoy origami, Just 3 Folds might be right up your alley. Next up we have 10 to Leave. This is a card game featuring hand management, memory, and take that mechanics. It's a super duper fun game, and easily one of the best filler games I played this year. I've been recommending this game to everyone at the Expo. Alright, so JJ Board Game are bringing those 3 games to Spiel Essen. I've also managed to cover another game of theirs, and that is Gold Rush, also known as Gold Digger. This is a card game featuring hand management and stock holding mechanics. This is a new edition of an older Reiner Knizia title. It's a very fun and light game with superb artwork. Highly recommended. Check out JJ Board Game's pre-order form down below. Next up is Wonderful World Board Games. They've got 2 new games and 2 upcoming games. First up we got Castle Raisers. This is an abstract strategy game with tile placement and stacking and balancing mechanics. This is one of my favorite games from this year. Next up we have Last Lantern. This is a cooperative polymonal game with set collection and bag building elements. Next up we have Lion Wake. This is a new upcoming game that's in development that'll be under Wonderful World Board Games' new brand called Nuwa, that'll focus on their heavier weight titles. You can RSVP to playtest this one at Spiel Essen. Next up we have Dragonarium. This is an upcoming fantasy game with tile placement and resource to move mechanics that's scheduled to go live on Kickstarter in November 2025. Check out Wonderful World Board Games pre-order form down below. I'll also link Dragonarium's pre-launch page on Kickstarter down below as well. Next up is Magica Studio, and they've got 2 new games. First up is Jump. This is an abstract strategy game for 2 players only. It kinda feels like checkers, but with a zombie twist. Next up we have Dice Cat and Fish. This is a family dice and card game featuring dice rolling, set collection, hand management, and take that mechanics. It's very cute and a fun little game. Next up is Mingi Design. They didn't have any new published games this year. However, they were selling the new edition of Chaos in China. Some notable games from this publisher includes Baruka. It's a super fun tile placement game. Next up is Politics, Candy Dogs vs Politicats. This is a negotiation and party game with card play, conflict resolution, multi-use cards, and voting mechanics. Next up is Treat or Cheat. This is a party game with hand management and score and reset game mechanics. Now let's board the plane and take a trip to beautiful Korea, where we'll explore games from Plate. Plate's got a few dozen of new games, refreshed reprints, and a lot of super exciting upcoming games that are just around the corner. They'll have 72 of their games and accessories available at Spiel Essen. They'll also bring titles from other Korean publishers, including Pluto Games, Shimmer's, and Joy Hunter Games. Check out their pre-order form for more details. Link below. P.S. I've had the pleasure of helping out at Plate's booth again this year, and I'm absolutely loving the publisher's direction. They not only reprint older titles, but also publish their own games, drawing from both classic local games and creations by local game designers and those from neighboring regions. On another note, I've released a video earlier this year highlighting my top 30 games from Plate. Link below. Next, we're heading to picturesque Vietnam to explore its gaming scene. First up, let's learn more about Nguyen Games. Nguyen Games got one new refreshed game, but they've also brought in some of their older titles. First up is Dream Adventure. This is the second edition of their previous game, Dream Diary and Dookie. This new edition includes changes such as a fresh new look, a 2-player game mode, cards to tiles, and exclusive promo arts. This is a cooperative deduction game with questions and answers mechanics. It's a solid cooperative / party type of game with stunning artwork. Next up, we have Counter Spy. This is a deduction game that's exclusively for 2 players. This game was one of my favorites from 2023. Next up is Len Mum. This is a card game with hand management, set collection, and trick-taking mechanics. Next up is Rolling Wizard Studio, and they've got one brand new game, and their previous game that was co-published with Nuguhan Games was also available. These 2 games were both designed by Michael Orion, who brought you On Stage last year in 2024. Their new game is Stem and Branch. This is an educational card game with multi-use cards and open drafting mechanics. Next up is On Stage. This is an awesome and super dynamic trick taker. Also worth noting that Rolling Wizard Studio will be at Spiel Essen this year. Next, we're heading to the multicultural gem of Singapore to explore its gaming scene. First up, let's explore games from Ori Game. Ori Games got 2 new games, and they also had their previous titles as well. Let's start out with their 2 new games. First up is 108 Outlaws. This is a novel-based card game featuring hand management, multi-use cards, and set collection mechanics. The game draws inspiration from one of the 4 great classic Chinese novels, Outlaws of the Marsh. Next up is Overparked. This is a puzzle and transportation game featuring tile placement, network and route building, pattern building, rondel, simultaneous action selection, and slide push mechanics. I've had an amazing time playing this one last year before its official release, and I've just picked up my Kickstarter copy at the Expo. Next up, we have 13 Animals. This is a mythology-based card game featuring hand management and set collection mechanics. Some of Ori Games' older titles included games such as Choco-Block, Cube Melt Getting Dicey, and my personal favorite, Rainforest City. Ori Game will be present at Spiel Essen this year. Next up is Good Spirit Games, and they've got one new super awesome game this year, and an upcoming game as well. Let's start out with Riverwoods. This is a territory building game featuring tile placement, map addition, set collection, action points, contracts, and hexagon grid mechanics. This is their latest release, and my first impressions of the game are extremely positive. Expect a deep dive sometime soon. Don't miss this one. Next up is Kabuki Tricks. This is a super fun trick taker featuring hand management and predictive bid mechanics. This game is very cool and truly stands out in the card game genre. Next up is Katana Spirits. This is their upcoming game that's scheduled to release next year. This puzzle game features contracts, grid coverage, grid movement, and set collection mechanics. Here's also some of their previous titles: Nightmares of Sushi and Contraband Insider. Good Spirit Games will be present at Spiel Essen this year. Next up is Capital Gain Studio. They've got 2 new games, one updated title, and some of their previous titles as well. Let's start out with Sneaky Supper. This is a push your luck party card game with endgame bonuses. Next we have Bunny 100. This is a party and humor card game. Next we have Zombie Life Insurance. This is an economic card game featuring commodity speculation, hot potato, and investment mechanics. This is the updated 2nd edition that includes new cards and slight updates. This is a very interesting card game which I had a fun time playing. They also had some of their previous titles such as Macan Mania and Dinoverse. Capital Gain Studio will be present at Spiel Essen this year. Now let's head back to Taiwan. Alrighty, so before I conclude my TOBE report, I'd like to give a special shout out to a friend from the indie scene. Although I haven't explored the indie scene this year, I want to highlight Cafe Draw Studio. I recently met with them and they showcased some of their latest designs, including Carrot Patch and On the Ropes. And on that note, this concludes my report on the Taiwan Original Board Game Expo for 2025. Woohoo! Now let's get ready for a brief part 2 of the show, which will quickly cover my game guide, including game recommendations from Asia, worldwide game recommendations, Games I will get if I weren't too broke, games I'd love to see get co-published, and the TOBE hotness list. To kick things off, let's start with game recommendations from Asia. Next up, we have worldwide game recommendations. Next up, we have games I will get if I weren't too broke. Next up, we have games I'd love to see get co-published. P.S. Iron Games and Grail Games are both hidden gems among board game publishers. I highly recommend many of their games for co-publishing. Next up, we have the TOBE hotness list. P.S. This is based on my own personal observations and a couple of my friends' suggestions as well. While it may not be a game, Plate's railway chips were hot as well. If you're interested in the railway chips, I've released a video comparing Plate's railway chips with Roxley's iron clays on my YouTube channel. The video includes a side-by-side comparison and my review of both of these amazing game counter sets. Link below. Before I conclude this article, here's my TOBE haul. I'll do my best to dive deep into all of these and share my insights with you all. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you played any of these games, let me know in the comments which ones you've enjoyed, or which game you're planning to try next. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content, and see you next time.